Jambo, habari gani? Mimi ni mzima sana, natumaini vivyo hivyo kwako pia. Mabibi na bamwana, nawakaribisha. Thank you very much for tuning in to my channel Black Robert, and please, if you have not done so, click the subscribe button and the notification bell, just so that you receive notifications every time we upload a new episode. And we are very, very, very grateful. Hey, it's been a long time trying to build a YouTube channel. You know, I've been thinking about building a YouTube channel, I think for about 4 years now. It's just that I don't know why, but what I've learned is consistency. Consistency is very important on YouTube, and if you are also thinking about building your YouTube channel, you must be prepared for consistency. You know, the algorithm has to be able to guess when you are going to upload your videos. But then clicking the subscribe and commenting does help a lot, because it does say to the algorithm that okay, the content is doing an impact, and that means that it's going to at least put us at the top of the index. So we hope to grow this channel. I want to communicate some of my ideas, or talk or share some of my ideas, and I am really expecting support from everyone, through advice. Okay, this is what you must do, this is how you can grow your channel, and I will receive all those advice through the comment section, and liking and sharing would help a lot to see this channel grow. I call my channel Black Robert. People would say, hey, this one, another penwell, a sellout. Well, Robert is holding the biggest title in South Africa, the richest man, the highest taxpayer. That's a very huge title. But you know, as much as everyone would love to be where they are, we all know if you are black, it's not gonna be the same as how they got there. It's possible to be there, I do believe, but we know that they are there because of the apartheid regime that made things very simple for them, by making sure that our people worked very hard for their families to be there, because these people are not actually the ones who have worked for the wealth that they have. It's their parents. So I cannot be inspired by him. I'm just inspired by the title that he is holding. He's a very big businessman, and you look at how his businesses are structured and how he does his businesses, yeah, you see a lot of success. But also with the power of finance and sleeping in bed with some of our politicians who are also holding some very powerful positions in government, is able to do that. It's gonna be very difficult for any black person to be there. If you are not a BEE, to be where they are, it's gonna be very difficult. Not saying that you can't be there, you won't be there, but it's gonna be very difficult. So I call Black Robert because of the position that the man is holding, not him as a personal entity. But that doesn't mean that you don't learn some things that can grow you as a human being from him, just because of these racial disparities that do not really help sometimes. You know, you just have to look at people for being people and see how they do things, and see if you can't, with the little that you have, be able to grow the little thing that you have to be as big as theirs. So I am calling on upon you people, maybe I've said this already, to just subscribe and click the notification button and comment, like and share, so that I grow my channel. You know, black people in South Africa and Africa in general, because we, as much as our problems are unique depending on which country that you are in, we also have a lot of similarities. We also have a lot of similarities. Conflict is one of the biggest problems in Africa. One of the biggest problems in Africa, it's conflict. And these conflicts, they have historical background. The disunity that was encouraged and fueled by the colonial masters, those who colonized us. They fueled the differences that were in Africa, and those differences that they have fueled, though Africans have realized that actually being divided and being disunited is costing us a lot, and they tried to bring some unity, but there are a lot of conflict and disagreement in terms of what is the direction that Africa needs to take in order to be able to transform its people. Africa naturally is wealthy. We are the wealthiest people by nature. The landmass that we live in, the landmass where Africans live, is the richest landmass in terms of mineral resources. It's just that we do not have the facilities and entities that are able to take the value that is in these mineral resources and convert it into the modern wealth, I'm talking about factories that are able to extract and clean mineral resources such as gold, nickel, silicon, all these mineral resources. We don't have factories that does work with these mineral resources to add value. So we export them raw to the Western nation, to China, and when they are raw, they don't have that much value. They don't have that much value compared to the value that they possess once they are processed. So the major goal of every African is to build these factories. We need factories that will process mineral resources that we produce in Africa. And once we have those factories, now we can build manufacturing companies that will manufacture products from the mineral resources that we produce, from the land to the factory, and then we develop, manufacture products, and then we can sell those products. Come up with ways that will make sure that the products that we produce locally, while they are still matured, they are still immature, while they are still growing, they are still small, we come up with policies that will make sure that these products, they are prioritized. Like if we manufacture a phone, we need policies that will make sure that this phone that we have manufactured, no matter how better Apple is than this phone that we manufactured locally, we're gonna have to make policies to make sure that this phone that we produce is prioritized even by our market. If it means that we have to limit the number of iPhones that we import into South Africa, the number of Huawei phones that we import into South Africa, we're going to have to do that, just to give space for what we are producing locally, for it to breed, for it to grow. And then once you see, okay, now it has grown, and then put pressure on those who are working on that product to do what? To develop and to innovate the product so that it's able now to sell itself on features. Does that make sense? But when it starts from the beginning, we're going to need policies that will make sure that the phone is prioritized even by the market. And once you see that, okay, this product is matured, then you can start letting it to compete on the market now on its features. Because we can't rely on just making policies to make sure that our products are prioritized on the market. We're gonna have to also push those who are in the manufacturing of any product to innovate, to innovate. So Africa needs to work on manufacturing, producing the mineral resources, manufacturing the mineral resources, processing of mineral resources, manufacturing of products. It's what Africa needs. There's a phone called Mara. I think it coming from Rwanda, or is it coming from here, South Africa? And then Rwanda have a factory and things like that. Between Rwanda and South Africa, there's a phone called Mara. It's produced here in Africa. So we need to go and support initiatives like that. You know, Huawei is where it is because Chinese made sure that Huawei grows. Is it Huawei? Yeah, it's Huawei, not Huawei. Huawei is where it is because the Chinese government made sure that Huawei is prioritized in China until it became a matured company that now can manufacture and go and compete even to other countries. But when it started in China, they made sure that Huawei had a market. Now there are a lot of mobile phone manufacturing from China. By the way, even the ones that were designed from America, they are being manufactured in China. But India now is coming and eating on the business of China, because India is building the manufacturing factories. I don't know what stops us from building factories. I don't know. It's corruption. I know it's corruption. Corruption is costing us, good people. You know, in the next coming election, if the current ruling party, the ANC, goes back to power, I give up on our intelligence. I give up on our intelligence, like our mind. The power of using our mind. If the ANC goes back to power again, there's no power as I'm speaking to you now. As recording this thing, the generator is making noise here outside. There's no power. And there has not been power since this morning. When I woke up, the power was already not there. Around 7, power was gone. And I heard that it's gonna come back at 4. And all this time, I wanted to do something. There are videos that I want to upload on TikTok. There are videos that I want to upload on YouTube. I can't do that because I need power to do that. The network is not working. You see, when there's no power network, some of the network poles or some of the network towers are not working. They are not working. And we can see the state of the country, the economy, high unemployment. I don't know what you would be thinking, what you would be hoping for when you vote for ANC in the next coming election. I think we should give somebody else an opportunity to prove themselves. Let's give somebody else an opportunity to prove themselves. There are a lot of them. They are presenting themselves that, look, this is what we're gonna do. This is what. Let's give somebody else. Just go there and look an alternative. They may not do what they are saying they are going to do, but at least you're trying. You're showing that you are seeking and looking for a solution. We have to show that we are actually looking for help. And I do believe that, when they realize that if we do not do our duties, if we don't do what we promise, people do take power away from you, then they will start to do things differently. They will start to do things differently. Probably the ANC does not care because they know that you're still going to vote for them anyway. Probably they are there doing all these things that they are doing. There's a problem. Tao Besta escaped prison in April, and now he's back, and yet still not charged. But we know, and there's proof that they did what they did. They escaped. He ployed to escape and escaped a prison, and a lot of politicians, we hear police officers being involved in all of this, but nobody, as things are standing, has been arrested yet. And that guy was not working alone. So the country is becoming a lawlessness country. There's a very high crime rate is going out of hand. I don't know. Why would you go and vote for the ANC? Let's use our brain, good people, man. Let's use our power of vote to change things. Let's go there and vote the ANC out of power. Let's go and vote ANC out of power.